Where the Innocent Die by M.J. Lee. Read by Dan Bottomley. 4:06 a.m. Tuesday, August 20th. Chapter 1. At 4 in the morning, Joe Cummings hated the sound of his footsteps on the stairs. He tried wearing different shoes, but still the squeak of sole on lino echoed in the dim stairwell. He reached the second floor and stood next to the heavy door, underneath the welcoming light of the single bulb above it. The keys rattled on the end of the chain hanging from his belt as he brought the largest one up to unlock the door in front of him, checking through the reinforced glass before he did. You could never be too sure these days. Hadn't Ronnie from the day shift found a woman lurking behind one with a pot of hot water, waiting to throw it on him? He stepped through, locking it behind him, hearing the click of the key turn in the mechanism. The large sign on the back of the door reminded him constantly of his job. Check it. Lock it. He stopped for a few seconds to listen. It was quiet tonight, but if he were honest, it was quiet every night. In the room on the right, the Iraqi man was coughing continuously. He was claiming a Section 35, but it didn't matter. He was on the list for tomorrow. In a weird way, Joe would miss him. His continuous coughing always meant there was life behind the closed doors on the second floor corridor. He checked his watch. 4:06 a.m. Just 2 hours left and he could go home. Back to the warm bed just vacated by the missus. But not before he made the kids their cornflakes and put on a pot of coffee for Andrea. His partner wasn't human until she had had her coffee in the morning. If she could, she would take it as a drip attached to the back of her hand. As it was, one pot wasn't enough for her. Joe looked up at the camera pointing down at him. He considered giving Tony a little wave, but by this time in the morning he would be nodding off. They were short-handed again, with Dave calling in sick once more. Tony had volunteered to come in on his day off. When he could have been at home, he was here staring at a bank of cameras. Who could blame him if he dozed off for a second or two? Absent-mindedly, Joe reached up to press his card against the reader on the wall, but stopped just before he did. These days, with these machines, he had to do his rounds religiously. Before, if he missed an inspection, nobody was none the wiser. But now his boss, known unaffectionately as Tiny Tim, would call him at home demanding to know why the card reader was not displaying.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?